INnoVation, and I know that you love INnoVation very, very much. So it's going to be interesting for sure.
Indeed, I do.
Is he the best player in the world?
He's the best player in the world. He's my favorite Terran player.
So you're not going to be biased at all in this game, are you?
Not at all. I've not like watched every single game INnoVation's played of Heart of the Swarm at all.
Okay.
No, siree.
But we should not count the other player out, and we have him here to the top right, and it's Hurricane.
Yeah, pretty sure he's FXO Korea. I think last time I saw him was in was GSTL. So he's he gets in there, he gets to play. I don't really know as much about Hurricane, to be honest. A bit of an INnoVation fanboy, but I do believe INnoVation beat Hurricane. I think the first match of GSTL this season was Axiom Acer versus FXO, and I'm pretty sure that's the one.
Yeah, they played in GSTL.
Yeah,
so.
INnoVation beat Hurricane in the all-kill match.
Yeah.
So he's already got a positive record versus him.
But I still think we should introduce our other player here, and I think you should get the honors.
Yes. As the blue Terran player in the top left position from Team Acer, recently signed, it is none other than INnoVation.
Wow, it's exciting for Acer.
Yeah,
and it will be really nice because that means that we will see him more in European events, I think. So nice to have INnoVation in a European team, and it seems like he's going to be opening up with a Reaper.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Definitely not typical INnoVation play. I mean, yeah, on this map, it's a bit interesting to see the Reaper opening. It's not quite so popular, but. That's actually a really good point that you bring up. We probably wouldn't have seen INnoVation playing in this Dreamhack if he was still on STX Seoul. So that's one of the cool things.
So thank you, Acer, for letting us cast this match. Right?
It's like thank you STX for going down so that INnoVation could get signed by a foreign team. But...
So what do you think of the Reaper opening here versus this very fast Nexus?
Well, it's like in the very beginning stages of Heart of the Swarm, there was like this fear that some Protoss players had. It kind of stopped a lot of Protoss from doing builds like Nexus first, because they are generally worried that the Reaper would be able to do a critical amount of damage for like anything like Stalker came out before builds are really optimized. But I don't really think they should do too much. The Stalker it's still going to take a while for a Stalker to get out. But seeing
he's trying
Reaper,
to make a bunker. That's cute.
Yeah, that's actually an adorable little play. The cool thing is he has to pull probes to get it, because if the bunker finishes there, the Reaper will do critical damage. And it really shouldn't, but he does manage to get a probe kill, so this is kind of nice. And it's really weird.
Did he miss the cancel on that bunker?
Yeah, he didn't cancel the bunker, so INnoVation is already losing some resources there.
But he got 2 probes already, so...
He might get a third. There's one very weak.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, the cool thing about INnoVation doing this is nobody opens Reaper on Whirlwind. So INnoVation opening Reaper is so unexpected that it's allowed him to get these probe kills and scout.
4 probe kills.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. I think for the lost bunker, that's more than made up. Of course, behind this, he's got the command center. He actually lowered how many SCVs he had mining gas. He went straight up to 2 barracks. So I think INnoVation's in a relatively nice spot. The worker count's still pretty damn close, and the closer the better for Terran. You always want to be even with a Protoss if you can. Hurricane getting the robotics facility. It looks like he's going to open pretty standard. We could see a forge for fast +1, something like that, but there's nothing really weird happening here. Just looks like a pretty standard
Robo
opening.
coming down from Hurricane, so we'll have to wait and see what he's going to do with that. I don't think that we will see those crazy Immortal events. I think those are kind of fun to watch though, but yeah, they're not too common anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. This map is still one of the maps where we do see builds like 6 gates or really big gateway aggression, but with the robotics facility, there's only so many options. And he is going to get the forge, so generally speaking, you get the forge, get your +1 or your +1 armor, and oftentimes the Protoss player will look to get up a Colossus for defense, and then either switch into double forge or go for some other kind of timing attack. TvP's become rather fluid because you don't just get the Colossus as part of your build, you also get it defensively to deal with the Terran drop aggression. And INnoVation is actually sticking on this 2 barracks and using the gas from that Reaper opening, or having that gas to get a rather early timed starport out. So we're going to have some very fast medevac aggression. Does manage to pick off a Stalker in the open field, so a nice pickup there, but we're nothing really crazy out of Hurricane. He's chrono boosting out an Immortal though.
Yeah, but the good thing for Hurricane is that he got the Observer out kind of fast, so he's going to be able to get over to INnoVation's base and scout exactly what's going on here. So he will know that there's a drop play coming, and he will be able to adjust, I think. Yeah.
I like INnoVation's little poke here. It's not really meant to do anything other than burn Mothership Core energy. In the event that INnoVation goes for this very fast drop, as his starport's about to complete at the 8:20 mark.
I'm sorry, Nathanias, but I have to tell you a comment in the chat. Someone is asking, is Nathanias really a gold player in 1 versus 1?
Not gold.
So guys, I have to tell you the story about this because I was
no.
telling Nathanias, oh my god, you're a gold player. So what he did just now is that he left his league.
I haven't played on the European server so long. And publicly shamed.
But he's actually very high master. He's not a gold player.
If this game like it goes crazy epic and goes down in history, that will be recorded forever.
It's recorded forever anyway.
Nah,
so yeah, Nathanias is not gold, but yeah.
A little bit of a marine poke. The sentries do section off about 5 or 6 of those, so it's a nice grab for Hurricane. The medevacs are here now, so we can see that additional aggression, but the thing about burning the Mothership Core energy is he only has enough to photon overcharge 1 base, so if INnoVation can get in and trigger that photon overcharge, there at least won't be anything like a follow-up time warp, or he can attack both bases at once. Trying to shut down the power on the gateways. Not able to get that pylon just yet. The Zealot doing a great job of tanking that damage. And INnoVation really not getting too much here. Will be forced back for now.
Yeah, he didn't get to do that much damage, but at the same time, it's really good for him to try and keep the energy on the Mothership Core low. He forced 1 photon overcharge like a while ago on the natural nexus, but he wasn't able to force another one in the main base. First Colossus is out, so it will be easier for Hurricane to deal with the Marine Marauder forces very soon.
Yeah, he leaves that assimilator with 2 hit points, but I feel like he leaves a little bit unsatisfied taste in the mouth. But yeah, he's getting a second Colossus. He's getting Blink as well as extended thermal lance. So it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing a very fast switch into anything like Templar just yet, especially since he's still in the single forge. This could be a pretty quick Colossus time again. INnoVation's actually going straight into Ghosts.
He's skipping the Vikings.
This is weird. Really? I'm actually really surprised.
He doesn't have a single Viking out. He's going for 3 Ghosts now, and Hurricane is taking a 3rd base. But I also thought, as you said, that he would go for some 2-base Colossus timing maybe, since he only has the 1 forge. But he's gonna try to take a 3rd base. Yeah, but it's gonna be very interesting here. No Vikings and Ghosts out instead.
Yeah, that's really weird. He doesn't even have Mobius Reactor. He's just getting a few super duper early Ghosts. Still has not even started a second starport, so this is weird. My assumption is that INnoVation, seeing the first Colossus, maybe he's watched games that Hurricanes played, maybe in previous matches against him. He saw that he liked to go 1 Colossus into Templar. But that's what creates this perfect metagame for Hurricane, because if INnoVation just blindly makes these Ghosts, he has no Vikings. There's a Colossus on the field there. I think the second one is out now too as well. We have a 3rd Colossus about to finish. 3 Colossi versus no Vikings. INnoVation, he needs to scout this. I think if he gets into a straight up fight, he could just die.
Yeah, I think if Hurricane attacks now, he actually has a good chance. He has his +1 finished, and yeah, the second force is going down though, so it looks like he wants to play the macro game. But yeah, like you say, I really think that he could do a lot of damage if he tries to attack now.
Yeah, this is...
On the other hand, it seems like INnoVation is gonna go for some push.
Yeah, he's got that big army on the east side. He also has a drop about to hit the top of the map inside the main base. And my guess is he wants to just pull them apart, deal some damage. And there that drop does now go into the mineral line of the main base. Going to immediately get to work on the probe line. He scans to
and
see the
Hurricane
army.
is pulling his whole army, and there is an attack at the third base. I think that INnoVation is going to get the third Nexus, and he is. Wow, such a good pickup by INnoVation there.
Yeah, surprising amount of damage to do when you have no Vikings versus this many Colossi. Now he's starting to see that how many are here. Immediately starts that second starport. He's like, oh snap reaction. But these Marauders and Marines in the main are still kicking some ass.
Yeah,
Unpowered
Hurricane really wasn't prepared for that. So pulling your whole army to take care of a drop is usually not the best choice, and Hurricane got to pay for it this time. Hurricane, on the other hand, he is actually attacking now. There are not too many Vikings out. I think there should be about, let's see, there are 2 Vikings out. So he has some kind of a chance to do something here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And he's trying to rebuild the Nexus, and he's getting attacked in the natural base by Flash. So well played here. Oh, by INnoVation, I mean, of course.
Yeah, and you know, the problem here is that INnoVation's doing more damage than he can warp in and stop. The SCVs get caught by the force field. What INnoVation needs right now more than anything is time. He needs time to build up his forces. The Photon Overcharge is defending the Nexus from this weird base tradey type situation. But Hurricane's actually retreating. He's got his third Nexus about to finish again. And Hurricane's actually on even supply. He's doing quite well for himself. The only thing I will say, though, is the switch into Templar. Are any of the ghosts still alive? I think all of the ghosts died during that. So INnoVation's completely tech reset this game.
So I'm wondering, he never got the Möbius reactor, did he?
No.
Okay, so it's possible that he only wanted to use those few ghosts, and yeah, it doesn't look like he's getting them, and he's not building more ghosts, so he might just stay on Marine Marauder, Medivac, Viking here, and if Hurricane manages to get those High Templars out in that storm, then it can be really tough for our Terran player to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at what INnoVation has as far as his setup goes, he's pumping out 4 Vikings at a time because there's 4 Colossi. He needs to get a solid count, 14, 17 Vikings to really deal with these Colossi in an effective manner to be able to one-shot them. And now the problem is soon going to become that those ghosts that he had earlier, he kind of needs them now, so that by the time he gets enough Vikings to deal with the Colossi, there's already going to be a ton of Templar with Storm on the field.
Yeah. And still no ghosts coming out from INnoVation here. And as we saw before, Hurricane is really using that blink to try and snipe off like a Viking here and there, just to make his Colossus being able to stay alive for longer. And wow, look at the macro from INnoVation. He's already at 180 supply here.
He's pumping out a ton of units.
But Storm is almost finished.
Yeah, this is, if you're going to try to hit,
away.
He's even got the SCVs. This is something that INnoVation is certainly prone to doing, but SCV all-ins like this versus players that have Storm is so difficult to properly execute. In fact, he might just go for the natural and try to split units off to cut off
Storm
the
is finished,
Templar.
so do you think he can get a Money Storm off here? That's the only thing that can save Hurricane now, I would say, because all of those Colossus are going down. He gets Storms off, but they are not good enough, and I think that INnoVation is going to take a fast win here, or not actually that fast.
And it's looking really good for INnoVation because he's kept some of the Vikings alive, but a lot of them are weak. He has a few still coming across the map. And it's so difficult because INnoVation decided, I'm not going to get baited into the Storms. Hurricane doesn't really have that many Gateway units left. In fact, I don't even think he has any Storms left with this force, so he's kind of stuck. INnoVation is looking very strong. And also keep in mind, he killed those forages earlier. INnoVation is 2-2 versus 1-1. He wrecks in straight up combat.
Alright, so that supply lead together with the upgrade lead, together with the economy lead, I think that it's looking really good for INnoVation here. He should, however, maybe move some SCVs from his main, and he has some mules that he can put down, so he will get some more money, because remember that he doesn't have the economy because the SCVs are in his army at the moment, most of them.
Yeah, the biggest problem for INnoVation, or the only thing he really has to worry about, is that one Colossus. It can be so cost effective. He only has a single Viking, and the other problem was all the Vikings he had earlier were hit by those storms, so the Vikings are quite weak. They're very easy to pick off. And these Archons can tank quite well. We have Templar actually sitting at the bottom of this ramp. Hurricane is going to keep playing this one out. He thinks he can get INnoVation at the bottom of the ramp when he tries to come down. So this is going to be very interesting. He's completely cleaned out the main, and yeah, Hurricane's just going to rebuild everything at that
But he can't get out of there, and he can't move down the ramp because of the storms.
Yeah, there's storms and force fields. He really can't leave. All he can do is load up and try to evac. It's like the Titanic, but there's not enough ships to get INnoVation out of there.
Good storms here by Hurricane, and half of the units were loaded up in those medivacs. And like you said, there are no Vikings coming out from INnoVation. He's still not producing Vikings. He lost the only Viking that he had, so there are no Vikings out on the field right now. And a small little hit squad coming up here from INnoVation into the third base of Hurricane, but not going to do all too much. Going to be cleaned up there. INnoVation is trying to get out of the main base of Hurricane here, doing some cute little
I love
drop.
that he got the SCVs. He brings the SCVs for the all-in, and then he can send them back instantly.
Yeah.
He resaturates that base. Such a smart play. And
Yeah,
is-
definitely.
They need to get more lifeboats, and now Hurricane's like, where is he? Let me at him. And then he's gone. He's like,
Yeah.
he got away.
So, okay, so what actually happened here? Now we have so much tech was lost for Hurricane, so he had to rebuild everything. And what he did was just to rebuild those gateways, so he basically has no tech. And like you said before, he has no upgrades. He's only at 1-1, I think, versus that 2-2 still from INnoVation. So you could think that they lost equally much, but losing all of that tech is huge for Hurricane.
Yeah, he has to replace absolutely everything. The robotics facility is coming back again. He does still have the Robo Bay, so that's the only thing he didn't lose. He can still build Colossi, but INnoVation recognizes this. I assume he's pumping out 4 Vikings at a time.
4 Vikings.
Yeah, he's got a lot coming out, and there are still some Templar though. There's a good number of storms. I think there's at least 2 on 2 of these Templar, and then the other one has 1. So he's got like 5 storms approximately. I don't know if he has any Templar. He's also building the Twilight Council. But this is such an awkward 2-base situation for the Protoss. The supply for INnoVation looks so good. The only thing
just look at the supply, 175 to 115. Even with that one Colossus that he could maybe keep alive for a long time here, since the Vikings didn't join the forces yet. Okay, just as I say it, we have 3 Vikings coming in, and now I think that this is going to be really tough for Hurricane to deal with.
Yeah,
He's doing a good job picking off the Vikings, though.
Yeah, the force fields did a really good job of isolating the bio from the Vikings so that he could pick those off with the Archons and the Stalkers. But this base is still exposed, the natural expansion of Hurricane, and that will allow INnoVation to basically bait him out. He's got to defend this. He can't fight on one base. And he steps out, pops the Guardian Shield. Is he going to go for it? There's still a couple of storms remaining. But this base will not be mining for very long. INnoVation should be able to pick this off no problem. And Hurricane looks like he wants to go for it. He's being very cautious about trying to bait INnoVation into that choke point where those storms can be so effective. And I don't even think he has any storms left.
He really tried to get good storms up there, but INnoVation just had too good of a spread of his units. And he also has so many Marauders, and that they can take some showers without a problem. So this fight is probably going to be it. And there we